I'm Emily, and today I'll be making some resin shakers as Christmas presents for my friends. So I'm going to start by coloring the resin. I'm going to start by making a pink with some pink resin dye and a little bit of acrylic paint. Be careful with acrylic paint because if you add too much, the resin won't cure. But anyway, I had a kind of orangey color, but I added a little bit more pink, and now I'm going to add some iridescent flakes and then some clear beads to add some texture, but this doesn't really show up in the end product, which is actually a good thing. But I do end up adding an entire bottle of those beads and then a ton of glitter. Now I'll fill the mold with resin. And maybe I'll pour some on my desk too to make it sparkly. And then after that, I'm going to pour my leftover resin into a heart mold, and I ended up pouring the bottom with all of the beads in as well. I have so much extra resin because I was going to make something else, but I realized I wouldn't have enough. But anyway, I'm going to start on the second shaker, which will be a pearlescent purple. So I'm going to put in some purple resin dye and then a little bit of white pearlescent pigment. The color wasn't quite dark enough, so I add a little bit more purple and also some black. Then I'll just go ahead and pour that into the mold and let them cure overnight. It's been 24 hours and now everything is cured. I've got some pearlescent purple hearts and then also the hearts with glitter. These are super cute, I think. And then as you can see, I also have the pieces with the beaded texture, which I don't think really does much for it, so I'm glad it's not really going to be in the shaker. I've also made some extra little pieces, a little heart and then a rose. The rose I think is a little bit too big and there's a ton of air bubbles in it anyway, so I decided not to use that. And now it's finally time to demold the shakers. Here's the pearly purple one. And here's the glittery pink one. I sanded the backs of the shakers and now I'm going to trace 4 circles on some transparency film. And with a snap, I'll cut them out. Then I'll clean them off with some rubbing alcohol. Now I'm going to attach a piece of the film to the backs of the shakers using some UV resin. attach some gold bales, and now I'm going to dome the backs of the shakers. And now for the fun part, filling the shakers. I'm going to be quiet for this part so you can hear the sounds. Once that's done, I'll add the top layer of shaker film. I used a 1/16 inch hole puncher to punch a hole into the film so that I can easily add some oil later. And now I'm adding in the baby oil so that all of the glitter and fun stuff can float around freely. I'll cover the hole using some UV resin and I'll quickly cure it. I'll also thoroughly clean the surface of the shaker using some rubbing alcohol. And here's another fun part, decorating the top. So I'm going to use some gel top coat and paint a little arc at the top of the shaker so I can add the letters, and I'm gonna spell out sparkly on the pink shaker and violet on the purple one, or the violet one rather. And I want to add a star to the bottom of the pink shaker, so I apply some more gel top coat, and then I get out my stars, and then I spill all of them. Well, let me just get those out of the way, I guess. And now I can place the star where I want it. I'm gonna add some pearls too. Maybe I'll knock them over as well for good measure. So now I'll just struggle to pick the pearls out and rearrange the letters. Eventually everything's all taken care of, and now it's time to finally dome the pieces. Off camera, I added a heart and some keychain parts, and they're done. I think they're super adorable. I'm happy with how they turned out, and my friends said that they liked them as well, so I'm glad about that. And if you like them, you should consider liking this video and subscribing to my channel and following my Instagram, which is at eCraftingWorld. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye!